Greeting Eagles fans, and thank you for checking in to Silver and Gold, celebrating TCC's anniversaries. I'm Ariel Bedford for TCC Athletics, joined by the leaders of both TCC basketball programs, head coaches Franqua Bedell and Mark White. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me.
You're welcome.
Now, both of your teams, gentlemen, just engaged in battle with the Chipola Indians of Marianna, Florida, on the final home game of the regular season. While there is still unfinished business left for each of your squads, let's take this time to reflect on two major milestones in the history of our institution. Founded 50 years ago with the backing of Florida State Legislature, Tallahassee Community College has grown to now offer more than 90 academic programs and 600 different courses, and was listed in 2013 by Community College Week magazine as one of the top schools in the nation for graduating students with AA degrees. Which brings us to this moment, exactly 24 years, 3 months, and 6 days from TCC's first home game as a member of the National Junior College Athletic Association. I'm sure that most of your players weren't born by that day, right? Let me ask each of you what it means to you to be a part of the athletic department's silver anniversary and the college's gold anniversary.
Who's talking? All right. I think it's tradition. I mean, tradition is a big key, and as you look up in the rafters, you see so much tradition from the coaches that have been here and the players that have played here. And so it means a lot to be a part of something. And I always tell our girls, you want to always make yourself to be a part of something. And so 25 years in the NJCAA, that tells you that tradition and that the things that have happened here have been long lasting and something that people want to be a part of. And so I just count it as a blessing to be a part of history and be a part of something so special here in Tallahassee Community College. And we're just trying to make a mark that, put your name in stone, engraved in stone,
Right.
to be a part of history, which Coach White got to do tonight.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Sort of like Coach Q just said that, tradition and history. When you can make yourself a part of those two things, those are lifelong lasting,
Right.
and those are very, very important. So I'm really happy myself to be here at TCC, and this is my first year as we know, but really pleased to get to be a part of this and get to be a part of the 50-year anniversary and 25-year anniversary for the sports
Right.
program.
Right. Now, Coach White, as you just stated, this all has to have unique meaning for you because, again, considering this is also your first year leading the men's basketball program. Take me back to May 4th, 2015, and your feelings then on beginning the journey to now having nearly completed a full season here at TCC and garnered a postseason berth tonight.
Well, I guess it's sort of ironic that date, May 4th, and this date,
February
13th,
Yes, sir.
has two things in common, and both is, I'm a very happy person, because I was very happy to get the job and be here and be a part of TCC, and then of course tonight for what our kids did to wrap up a postseason berth. In my first year, can't say enough great things about our players and my staff and everybody that's been a part of this, and to get to be a part of this and then finish it off the way we did tonight, at home, to wrap up the berth here at home and to finish our first year here going undefeated at home. So like I said, just happiness on both those two dates.
Coach Bedell, before you began your third season as steward of the women's basketball program, you were selected to participate in a very prestigiously elite event. Could you share with us that experience and how it will continue to benefit you and the program in the future?
Yes, I got to experience the WBCA league coaching seminar, and it was a life-changing experience. Got to be around some of the great coaches in the business, and it taught me a lot of different things, from business to managing players to understanding how to deal with a lot of different situations. And so what I feel like it brought to the program is even more structure, better ideas and better connections and networking opportunities to make your program better at the end of the day. Because one thing, as I know this is a ball game, and we steal from each other, and so one little thing can change the game, whether it be an adjustment in a timeout or adjustment in your program. But those things are very important. And so if I wasn't here, I might not have had the opportunity to be selected because it was for head coaches only. So I thank TCC and Rob Chaney and the hiring committee for hiring me. And like Coach White said, on that day I was a very happy guy.
Right.
And on this day I'm still happy, even though we have some things that we need to do to make some adjustments. But we are in in my 2 years, we're in the driver's seat to control our own destiny for a state tournament berth. So we're still in the driver's seat. And to look back and to compete this year, like Coach Mark said, to compete this year like we did at home, and to compete and be in every game in one of the toughest conferences in the country, and to do it with all freshmen. I look back on it and I have to smile, because it could have been so much worse. But our kids battle, they're learning, they're maturing, and they're finding a way to be in games. Next year we're going to find ways to win those games. And it won't be such a fighting for the automatic berth, but we'll be clinching one like Coach will be next year as well, and we'll be clinching it at the same time.
And I definitely can see your sentiments, Coach. I mean, when you look at the panel conference from the women's side, I mean, you've got the number 2 team in the country. You just played the number 6 team in the country. I mean, you've got girls that are signing to play Division I. So it's really a testament to the program how the girls have been able to compete this year, and I definitely commend you on that. And getting back to that event, I'm sure it didn't also hurt that it was in lovely Atlanta, Georgia, right?
Yeah, it was great, and we got an opportunity to be around some great coaches and hear and see a lot of great things. And so just trying to implement those things. And what I don't think people understand here, even on our campus at times, is to understand what Coach Mark has to coach against night in and night out as well on the men's side. I mean, the national champion is in our conference.
That is correct.
In basketball, baseball, softball, you're talking about night in and night in.
Sports,
yeah, in every sport we have the national champion. And so it is just an honor, and it's like coaching with Coach when we're at Mississippi State, to being in the SEC. You're in the best conference in the country, night in and night out. It's fun, and that's why you do it, because you get to coach against the best and play against the best. And so I just thank TCC for giving me an opportunity. I thank Rob Chaney for giving us an opportunity to be here, and I think we have one of the best ADs because he allows us to do our job.
I definitely agree to that, for sure.
Now, obviously, you guys have kind of already touched on some of these points, but if you can, just give us, again, a brief overview of this year's campaign, in your opinion, and what you're still looking to accomplish before season competition has officially ended, because, again, this isn't the end of the season right now.
I think for us, on the men's side, we got to improve late game situations, last 4 or 5 minutes of getting defensive stops, particularly on the road. And then we've been a poor free throw shooting team on the road, in some tight games. So those are our 2 areas that I, hope that we will improve on. And it's just a mentality. It's not a physical thing. And those 2 areas are definitely a mentality. And so we just keep talking to our kids about that, and, them understanding the importance, of every possession, and, getting defensive stops.
I would say the same thing. As you can see, we're up going into the 4th quarter on the defending national champions, and it's maturity for us. We've got one young lady that played any minutes last year. Most likely she'll be a first-team all-conference player. Was a second team as a freshman. But one of the things that I talk to our girls about is just playing with confidence. Playing and understanding and having fun in the game. But like Coach said, at the end of the day, you've got to close games, you've got to close quarters, and you got to get defensive stops, and understanding that you've also got to not turn the ball over in crucial points. But again, to do that with freshmen who have never played at this level, and to have not anyone on the floor that can guide them through that other than one person. I mean, I thought our kids fought. They keep fighting, but we just got to find ways. And I look forward to the next game to see if we get better. And you want to get better each time. And so we're close. Again, if we can get this and we can make it click, I hate to see us in the state tournament.
That's a very powerful statement there, and I would agree with you as well. Thank you both for sharing your thoughts with us, and good luck to your squads the rest of the way. Before we conclude this special edition broadcast, let's bring in the Director of Athletics for Tallahassee Community College, Mr. Rob Chaney. Hello, sir.
Hey, Ariel.
How are you doing after this long and busy day?
Doing good. Doing good. Lot better now that we have one part of our postseason plans locked up.
Okay. If you could give me your perspective on TCC's Silver and Gold anniversaries, as we are here in the facility rededicated for one of the athletic department's biggest supporters.
Right. Well, first from the institution standpoint, 50 years is a milestone, whether it's for a college, 50 years of marriage, whatever the case. 50 years, it's a big deal. And there are so many stories, not just in the community, but across the state of Florida, across the country, and even around the world, of lives that have been impacted by time spent at Tallahassee Community College. So it's been a good start for TCC, celebrating that milestone, and there are a lot of events and activities planned throughout 2016 to commemorate that occasion. From an athletic standpoint, 25 years is also significant, and that's 25 years of athletics affiliated with the NJCAA. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that we did have athletics at TCC when the college opened in 1966. They were not affiliated with the NJCAA, but it was intercollegiate competition. Had it for about 5 years. So, definitely want to mention that because I've had a chance to reconnect with some of those individuals, and I've given them my pledge that we have not forgotten about them, and we are going to find ways to recognize them going forward. But yeah, a special year. 25 years. That's a significant marker, and we're proud to be a part of the NJCAA. We've had a lot of success over those 25 years, and hope that there's much more to come.
Yeah. Mr. Chaney, can you give me a sense of what this part of the year is like from an administrative standpoint, considering you have all four sports going on simultaneously, and it's still nearly a month away from spring break?
Right. Well, January and February, I've always said, are probably my two busiest months. January, from the standpoint, you have basketball for men and women that are in the most important part of their season, and then baseball and softball, you're on a deadline to get eligibility submitted so that they can start their seasons without a hiccup. February, yes, everybody's playing, and so days like last Saturday, when I had all four teams playing at home, can be a challenge. But the only way that I'm able to survive days like that is to have such a dedicated staff of interns, volunteers, work studies, however you want to classify them. You've been one of those that's been here throughout the year.
Shameless plug.
Lindsay, who's on the other end of this broadcast running the